Some noise, yo! You've been quiet too long. That's okay. They know who I am, and if they don't know who I am, that's probably a good thing, because I might owe them money. Let me say a couple of things real quickly about this situation. It's really clearly an issue of the transfer of wealth from the hands of people who don't have much wealth into the hands of people who are already wealthy. As poor folk, we've always talked about a redistribution of wealth. Well, the redistribution of wealth is happening, it's just going in the wrong way. It really started in urban areas with issues like the redevelopment agency, which took the wealth out of the hands of many black and other poor people and put it in the hands of the wealthy. For example, you had wealth on Fillmore Street, and you still have wealth on Fillmore Street. The only difference is who owns it. So it's clearly a transfer of wealth. And when you all got active and wouldn't allow them to do things like eminent domain and urban renewal anymore, they found a new way. See, because the only wealth that the average family ever owns is the home that they own. That's, for most of us, that's pretty much it. Sometimes you're lucky to get a rental property here and there. And so when you get to a place to where your wealth is being taken and they can no longer do it through urban renewal, then comes the foreclosure crisis. And the homes that have been taken from people are not being bought by other people, other individuals, as it was done in the old days whenever there was foreclosure. There are major corporate interests from this country and other nations who are buying up all the homes that were seized in the foreclosure crisis. Once again, a transfer of wealth. What's happening with Marcus Books is a transfer of wealth out of the hands of working class black folk into the hands of others who ain't like them.
That ain't right.
As someone once said, that the rich are different from you and I. They're not like them. And it's interesting about Marcus Books because I've listened to people talk, and it's different things for different folk. So many different things. I've heard the writers and the artists and the students, and Karen knows this, Tamiko knows this. For me, it's an amazing place because as a preacher, I can buy books about Christianity and the Bible from a black perspective.
Yep, that's right.
After I started preaching, the first book I ever owned, where there were Troubling Biblical Waters by Kane Hofelder, who started to talk about who the real people in the Bible look like.
Okay.
And they look more like, well, let me put it this way, they look more like me than Robert Redford. And I talk about that with other preachers, how we can go there and find books by authors on Christianity that look like me. You can go to other Christian bookstores and they'll have great stuff, but won't none of the authors look like me.
Like that brother there.
So when you get this transfer of wealth, and then you're infected with racism, it becomes even more decimating to the African American community. So what we've got to do moving forward is, number one, stand together. Number one, do everything in our power to wrap our arms around the remaining institutions we have left. We're fighting this fight for Marcus Books. We just lost Chicago Barbershop. Rossellas is leaving out, I think, next month. Rossellas has been sold. Couldn't make it. We live in a tough town. And so, and then from a personal standpoint, you may have things you like better. I had a barber that cut hair somewhere else, but I made it a point to go into Chicago Barbershop once a month or whatever I could. Why? Because I supported the institution. We've got to first support our institution. We've got to first come over and get a book, send it to somebody. I know it's convenient. Now, some of the books I buy there, I can get online. I got a card, debit card. Credit ain't that good, but got a debit card. I can get them online. I can get them off Amazon. I don't do it for a reason. Besides getting the chance to visit with my friends, I have an obligation to support the institutions that support me. God bless you.
Thank you.